Cab, dog.
Yeah.
There you go.
Temperature okay for you?
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. No, I monitor the self-driving aspects of the Tesla, so cameras and everything are for my YouTube covering self-driving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I say it definitely looked like a podcast or something.
Right.
Yeah. I said we ain't
The ridiculous mic kind of gives that away.
And the two cameras, you know.
Yeah.
I
Alrighty.
want to learn the YouTube and podcast game. You do any teaching or any you got any
Tips.
pricing or whatever?
I mean, the biggest piece of advice I can give anybody that I had to take was you gotta just hit record.
Right.
You need to start. If you wait for, you know, the right mic or the right camera or the right idea, you're never gonna start.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes you just gotta sit down, turn on the mic and the camera and start talking, and it's gonna suck at first. It does for everybody. I go back and look at my first videos, and they were garbage. But you learn, you improve over time, you take feedback from the audience, you know, that starts out really small and grows, and if you listen to the audience and what they want to see, and if it aligns with your ideas too, you're able to really get in there and make it grow, and see the feedback right from the audience, and that feeling is really weird. It's a cool weird, it's a really humbling weird. Like, holy shit, like these people are actually, they enjoy what I'm doing. Or they have this idea or that idea, things you might not think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, the best thing is to just start. You know, put your iPhone on a stand and start talking. I pretty much started recording everything I did with iPhones.
That's so true, man. That's good advice. 'Cause
Yeah, that's very advisable.
that'd be the thing that I kind of struggle with the most, wanting it to be perfect and wanting to set everything up right and have it to be the state-of-the-art luxury type, vibe. And you realize you've been saying that for about a year or two.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I had the idea for the channel for about a year. And I was like, man, if I can just wait a little longer, I can get a better, like, 4K camera, I can do this or that. And then one day I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's go. Got a phone mount on my dash. I just started talking into the camera, uploaded. I was like, all right. Of course, getting familiar with editing software is another part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
But I mean, thankfully, YouTube's its own really great source for even just learning. There are channels dedicated to teaching you how to start. I mean, what I just said, you got to just hit record, is basically quoted from Think Media, which is one of the first things that he tells everybody. Is you got to just press record. It's like a sounder that he has, to put a button he'll push where he just says it to like drill it into people's heads. But there's channels like Primal Video that'll go into all the editing software from free to paid, phone to computer, and like walk you through how to do it. Self-driving is really struggling with this like non-existent right lane here.
Yeah, I'm looking like, where's the rest of the steering wheel? But I see what's going on.
Get yoked. There we go. Now we're going. So excited to take over back there, but that semi-truck was like halfway in the lane. I didn't want to deal with that.
So what the idea for your podcast? What is it about?
Well, I started out with the idea of covering Tesla's crazy Cybertruck, which is that thing that's going to come out next year, the stainless steel pickup truck.
Wow.
But in the meantime, waiting for that, figuring out that we were going to get access to Tesla's full self-driving beta, which is what's active right now. The car's doing all the driving, and I'm just here to make sure it doesn't mess up. Like, I took over with that semi in the neighborhood, or that car, that little pinch zone. I took over there just preemptively because I'm less risk tolerant with customers.
Right.
But when this beta was going to come to light, I was like, oh man, no, there's the content. I need to get in on that. I wanted to just be a tester because I love being at the forefront of the tech. I've been following it for a long time. I understand how this works. And with what I do with Uber and Lyft and everything, like, it's the perfect test bed for a self-driving vehicle, like a RoboTaxi. And seeing if it can actually handle the day-to-day task. So I started getting the channel in gear. Like, I got this is my oldest GoPro, a Hero 7. It's the first one I got. So I had that in my iPhone. And I didn't have an internal camera, mic, or anything, because all I was focused on was what this is showing, which is the forward view, which is just the car doing its thing. But my first couple of videos were just talking about what I was doing to get the beta, because you had to qualify for it by driving a certain way. You had a safety score that you had to score high enough on so Tesla would give it to you, because they didn't want to give it to just anybody. Liability concerns and such. So that's pretty much how it just started. Just talking about what I was doing to do better on the road, keeping my distance, not going into corners too hot, to keep the braking force down, keep the turning force down. And then once I got the Beta, it got even easier because I could just turn on, put the car in drive, and just talk about what's happening and react to it.
Oh yeah, that truck looked awesome too.
I can't wait for that Cybertruck.
That's gonna be probably one of the best vehicles on the road right there.
Yeah.
But that truck's gonna probably have all types of gadgets.
Yeah, we just saw a little video sneak peek of it at the factory. That's all we kind of get of these little Easter eggs. We do know that it has 4-wheel steering, so it can turn all 4 wheels at the same time, both directions.
Now that's great.
Whoa.
So you get ridiculous turning radius, especially if you're towing a trailer, because you'll be able to just turn that thing like you're in a little Honda.
What's the price point, you know?
That's a big question mark now, because when I ordered mine, when everybody put their reservations down, it was a start at 40. It was like $39.9 for the cheapest, and then $69.9 for the tri-motor, the big boy. But
It's not bad. I would have thought he would have put a higher price point.
yeah, super competitive at those prices. But if you think about what happened over the last couple of years, how everything's gone up. I mean, I got this car when it was 40. Now it starts at like 47. So I don't really know. Cyber's got a lot of questions around pricing and powertrain, but I don't see it starting any less than 60.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be that low. But that, yeah.
Yeah, I think the entry level will be probably 60 to 65, and the one that if I can get YouTube famous, who knows, maybe I get my hands on the big boy, it's probably gonna be around 80, 90.
Yeah.
I want that one because of that 500-mile range.
Yeah.
That's what's really attractive to me. Travel, and if I do tow anything, that means I have a good amount of range still. It's trying to get over, but this caddy's slowing down with us. It's targeted in blue because it's highlighting that it needs to change lanes. It's pretty cool watching this thing think.
So it'll wait and then it waited and then got over for you.
Yep. Yeah, if it was actually picturing it between two vehicles, it highlights them both in blue, like it sees them both, and it's going to try to go in between them. Anytime it highlights anything in blue, it's kind of like paying special attention to it. It hates this, though. These, like, pseudo-left lanes.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably, I got to take over because this Toyota behind us will cut us off. Because California has these weird, like, not really turning lanes, but we use them as turning lanes. And the system has a hard time making those work. Yeah, it's really amazing what it can do, but there's definitely, you can see how difficult a problem it is. How many little factors there are that you don't even think about.
But shit, we come a long way just to be able to do this.
Oh yeah, it gets me stoked for the next 5-10 years. I mean, the way tech moves now, you almost can't even picture 10 years out. Maybe 5. You can kind of get an idea of what things might be in 5, but 10, things could change so much. It's a different world. We might have human cyborgs walking around in 10 years.
Well, you tell me.
I mean, sign me up. I'd like to get rid of these weak shoulders and knees. Give me some upgrades, like iRobot.
Yeah, this is my first experience actually being in the Tesla driving by. So.
Oh, cool. What'd you think of its performance?
I always been afraid at first.
It was pretty.
It was
cool.
smooth.
It was better than expected, I bet.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, so just hold the button and then push the door at the same time.
Have a good day.
There you go. Yeah, you guys too. It was fun chatting with you. Good luck on getting that podcast going.
Yeah. I'm doing a lot
That's
better
it.
with stuff.
Hell yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah, there's a great example of an unexpected customer ride turned into me giving them pointers on how to start their own content. It was pretty cool. I like it. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to try giving the length of these to keep them to about, customer per video here. It just seems to do better overall. But I'm going to go ahead and get on to the next one, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care.